a poem song. I do have singing and music training and dance training, karate, kung fu. You know, you've got to be tough if they're going to twist your shoulders off a zillion times, and you've got like 50 bruises on you, 100 times, 200 times, God knows. Anyway, so I sing at the cable car turnaround, and I sing and dance with this pole. My partner is a pole, and there's a gazebo. It has wonderful a construction of like triangles that reflect the music, the echoes back towards me. So with my broken middle ear bones, when I was suspiciously run over by a car 35 miles an hour, my middle ear bones were broken. And anyway, so I can practice and sing and be uplifted and feel good, and all the stationary little objects, these fleur-de-lises, where I can take my feet up, you know, stretch them out, and what's it called, the little raised platform where I can, dais, yes, where I can pound and in rhythm to the bells. The bells, of course, were stolen during February, the Mad February. All my creative property was taken in Marin County. I was given a bill for $1,700 for talking to a drunk therapist, being put in jail, and never seen by a doctor because they don't want to talk about the police madness. And so then 4 days after being tortured in Marin, this was after San Mateo and after San Francisco, and expensive cars were, you know, like driving me and wheelchair dumping me in the street all over again. And all you need is the same thing. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. For seizure victims, it's always just been kindness and compassion and softness, but that's too much. And besides which, the first thing that happened when I woke up after the brain damage was, what insurance do you have? Right. And I wasn't on the right insurance. Should have been on a better insurance for, you know, all this time. Should have been on Medicare, where you can make up to $100,000 a year and travel around the world and, you know, like have a life. But Medi-Cal is horrible. It's like $16, so you're tortured at every ER. Poor, you're not allowed in the ERs. And wheelchair dump. They don't have wheelchair dumps, so you're just dragged like sacks of garbage all over the place. It's very irritating to the brain. And then on top of that, they managed to drop a big plate on my head, smash my head into concrete repeatedly, put me in dangerous spots. We're really, really in horrible, horrible shape since the new ER doctors were created 15 or 20 years ago. Instead of the doctors in the hospital taking their little shifts at the ER time, they neglected, according to the people who diagnosed me with complex focal seizures, which 94% of people with brain damage have these seizures. And they can't manage to do anything right because there's no accountability, and because of the unholy marriage between the medical profession, the monopoly that we have, and the police. The police wheeled me around out to this sunshine. Well, let's seizuring, you know, let's see if the air will do her some good. And then the head of the ER at Kaiser brought in the man who, well, he was on duty after I ran for mayor, and they gagged me with, you know, my hair was in my mouth. I was seizure in the back of the van. I was dragged into the fray at Occupy, where I was teaching the Peace Love Warriors Health and Medicine Kit class, and hadn't done anything illegal, but because of making the wrong statements, not realizing that you have to really get your ducks lined up if you're going to take any hits at all, and be in any what could be a war, because the best defense is a good offense. And so off I go, you know, to whichever maulings that they have. Anyway, sadistic sociopaths in the system. Here I am trying to heal at the cable car turnaround, and I'm like Samson, who's not allowed to grow my hair, which is the healing for me at the cable car turnaround. My $100,000 worth of property that I'd worked 3 years ago, I couldn't take care of. Anyway, Kaiser Hospital, this goon who had put me, he's got snake tattoos, put me in a van, seizuring, my left knee was torqued. I've been going to the acupuncture to get it worked on myself. And my L1 almost paralyzed me. Came in, he was brought in by the head of the AR. First came in Thomas, who was a Russian nurse that was very dangerous. He would come in great big shots. Oh yeah, this is for you, and play games. And so I said, get away from me. And the head of the ER said, Thomas, be careful. The man with the snake tattoos held my shoulders down, and Thomas twisted my neck like they do to kill a person, only this was not to kill, but to make me incompetent. And that was about a year and a half ago. I haven't been able to get any help because I'm struggling, always just, I feel like the little kid that's got his arm in the dike, helping to try to save humanity. And, first I put my finger in, then I got my whole arm in, over here, guys, need some help. When I knew George Lucas, and when I sang for him about 30 years ago, a bird flew down the chimney, and he liked all the songs. Great song, great song, great song. And I know a guy with a couple of Oscars, and the place where I was going for encouragement, if I hear that George Lucas one more time, and discouragement, I'm like, come on, let's have some cheers here. Anyway, here we go. Dance by the riverside. It could be Dance by the ocean side. Maybe we could have had it at the 12-meter boat race. Dance by the ocean side, dance by the ocean side. Oh, yeah, river, she keeps on rolling along. There's a dance requiring balance and precision to evolve to artful elegance and delight. This dance needs elements that are defined, harmonious, courageous, and well-balanced. This dance, called life, like a river, refuses to flow upwards. Naturalness is not natural at all, but a developed sense of knowing, sensing what is needed. When to expand, contract, hold tight, let go. Wear a mask, a little quieter, roll. Adequacy and control, when not adhered to, bring the opposite of what one desires. A mad, frenzied-like force of nature. A swung beam of a boat. Out of control, leaving you injured and in the brink. It's too late then, but not the next time. If there is a next time, if then you're awake. Is there a mantra or shielding that can dispel the cataclysmic results of greed, anger, and delusion, the roots of all suffering? Is it white light? Shielding? Is it Buddha? This is what is. This is my old dear friend, Karma. The means for better ports for the storm, more escape routes, and navigational skills of all sorts. Do I properly prepare for journeys I embark on? Have I a proper crew and stored knowledge of their strengths and weaknesses as with my own? Can I steady and focus under pressure? Can I bring to fruition that which I've begun? Big wheels keep on turning, proud mama keeps on coming, rolling, rolling, rolling on a river. As the rivers flow, wholesomeness comes naturally to the seeker who returns to balance, delighting in her progress as with her challenges, who like the river flow returns to source. Coherency. When thoughts hang together in an intriguing, meaningful way, and the songwriter has bared her soul, experienced universal consciousness, and dipped in the Big Dipper for melodious, harmonic, rapturous glee, I will be there. When the dancer trains, grows to the swan song, and the stars come to carry her away to the applause of the audience of the next round, I will be there. When a child takes on the mantle of truth-seeking through my myriad gardens with playmates in sync and awe, I will be there. For throughout time, I have watched you grow in love, my love, for I was there. I held your hand, while your heart was the light that shone the way. I didn't get to my love poem. Woo! And I think I have 1 minute.
So let's hear it for Darryl Jones. Darryl.
Song in the clouds. There are words that appear in the night. Do they sing a sad song? Still, now the ocean's glittering, reflecting the moon, alive to the plankton family, swimmers' movements, shroud light, more brightness surrounds. Hear words born that the rhythm strokes, both from imagination to be immortalized. Only time will tell. Is she stammering now, as St. Francis a message of import for her? Yes! A flower and poem that never succumbs to passing time are pressed in her lover's prayer book and heart, their pillow talk through time. Day paces are different from night. The tapping of joggers and well-held bring motivation for movement, balance, song, and thought. But of the night sound, what are they trying to say? The trail empty and silent now, pitch checked by the foghorn bray, and rhythm to the ticking of the white isle's saucer eyes, attention on its prey. The night, time of musicians and thieves was once said by the maestro who trained her, taught her Nada Yoga, the yoga of sound. From such depths, seasonal, time, Hindu gods' energies, feelings abound. Come cleverly now, it's the soul's time to speak. What is it you want? Look in, look deep. Passion and play is what you must read. Where does that lay? Not now, sleep. What will wash away smiling for the tears that you weep? Come gather yourself now into my arms. Together we'll plan all the dragons to slay. Stay with me forever, my daughters. I like your eyes. When a man looks at woman, she can do no.